Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another video on Starseed Academy. My name is Jenny. So I really hope that you're having an amazing holiday with your family and friends, with whomever you could get together with this year. I'm sending you so many blessings. I just want you to know that this was a tough year, like 2 years. It was a tough 2 years, 2020 and 2021. But your light, it is growing and expanding, and the the expansion that you are experiencing personally is so astounding and is happening in part because of the way that the world is. And I know that lately we've been talking a lot about being activated by the darkness, and really that is to say that all of this drama and chaos and the hard times in the world are activating your light. And before we came here as these powerful, wise souls, we knew what state the earth would be in. We knew that it would be going through a purge and a dark night of the soul before its rebirth into the golden era. And that we would also mirror that and also have to go through a purge and a dark night of the soul, or multiple. Maybe you've been through a lot, like I have, different dark nights of the soul, and then a rebirth into this golden light, this golden era. Golden light's been really big for me. I mean, always, my whole life, but very much so lately. And crystalline or diamond frequencies. That's like going above 5D, right? 5D is already on Earth now. Earth is 3D, 4D, 5D, and you can exist in any timeline in any one of those states. And I'm feeling called to just quickly maybe give some examples of that. So like the 3D timeline would be watching the news, believing everything that it tells you, and obeying and following the orders and the rules of the matrix, being very orderly within the matrix, doing a 9 to 5 job, striving to have the goals that you're told are important to you. Like, you have a family and you get the house and you do all the things in the order that you're supposed to, and it's all very tidy and neat. Meanwhile, you're kind of asleep a little bit to who you really are and how much power you have and the magic available. And maybe you get glimpses of it, right? In dreams, or when you come across things that have a magical origin, maybe you feel like a longing, but then your practical, logical mind and your ego just put you right back into your place and you're very much an autopilot. Okay, so then a 4D life would be coming out of that, but feeling really emotional about it. Like there's still a lot of ego in the 4D. You're very angry, you're very upset, you're very frustrated, all rightly so. And we've all been there. And it doesn't mean that you can't dip, in and out of different frequencies daily. But in general, that's the 4D frequency where you are waking up and questioning everything and refuse now to follow any kinds of orders or advice or guidance. You need to kind of push everything away and just be in your own space for a while you try to figure things out. So if you can visualize this like a pendulum swinging from 3D, and then it swings all the way over to the opposite side for 4D. And then eventually the pendulum settles into some kind of a balance. And that's 5D, where you understand that the light and the darkness work together, that everything is in harmony in the universe, and that free will is what's key. And that you can live any kind of life or timeline, your highest timeline, a magical timeline. You can be that person in any environment and you feel truly free. Because in 4D, you still feel trapped. You feel resentful of the world around you. You're awake, you see it all. It's awful because it's hitting home. When you first wake up, it's really hard because you see all of the games that have been played to keep you silent and asleep and under control, like the chemtrails and the fluoride, and all of it just seems like a crazy movie, and it's so much to take in, and it's so scary, and you're so angry. And you really have to move through that. There's no way to rush that. You have to feel those feelings and move through it. But you will. Stay on the path of healing, emotional healing. Heal your childhood. That's so, so, so important. Heal the relationships around you. Start looking at things from a higher perspective and with love, and you will land yourself in 5D. And then in 5D, all of a sudden you break free, truly break free. You start breaking free of programs. You start, like, you don't do the 9 to 5 anymore. You decide, most of us, a lot of us decide to be entrepreneurs and start our own business. And we're not going to be told how to make money. We're not going to be told how to act. We're not going to be told when to be at work, what to do when we're at work. We're not going to have a boss. We can't work under those parameters anymore. We need true freedom. And we're also have come online to our earth mission. And we know what that is now. Okay. Or we've gotten enough glimpses of it that we can at least start taking steps. And so many of us step into our power as healers or channelers, or we're writing books, or we're starting podcasts or YouTube channels, and we start to expand. And then we call in people, and then we start offering services because people want to work with us. And then it grows. And then maybe you start, like me, you start offering memberships, and then it grows. And now I'm opening up to doing a mentorship group in a group setting. You'll just keep growing and growing and growing. And each step is really scary. It is going to be, you have to face all kinds of fears within yourself as you go, especially lack mentality, and unplugging from that, from the belief structures that you have around how money gets made. Because it's like so available in multiple channels to bring it to you. It's not just, okay, I need a job and that's my only, like, that shouldn't be your only channel for money. Like, money is a beautiful tool that you can use to support your mission and help others. And again, money is just a neutral tool. It's empty of all meaning and energy. It's the person and the intention of the person using it that gives it any kind of energy at all. So don't resent money. Don't be angry at money. Money is blank. It's a blank slate. It's an empty tool. It has no meaning. It's paper or numbers, digital numbers. You give it meaning. So what meaning are you giving your money? Are you allowing it to grow and expand? Let it grow and expand along with you, right? So anyway, on Earth, there is this 3D, there's this 4D, there's this 5D. There are timelines in each, and there are lots of people in each kind of timeline. And many of us moving into our higher timeline have been living in 5D for a while and are now feeling called into like more of a crystalline or like a diamond frequency. And it's new to the Earth. It's a new frequency that's coming through. And it's powerful. It's, again, a reflection of oneness, which is something that you learn about in 5D. It's a reflection of oneness. It's the yin and the yang of the light and the dark working together. But somehow it's more than that. And so I want to channel a message about that. Okay, so no matter where you are, by the way, in your expression, in your frequency, you are not wrong. You are where you're meant to be. And we talked about this in the video, a mantis transmission. You can look that video up after this, where a mantis being talked about, that there is no end date for somebody to ascend into a new Earth. That is always available to them whenever they're ready. So you are not going to lose your friends and family. They can always wake up at the point that works for them. Maybe they're existing in 3D right now and they've tasted 4D and they're like, it's too much. That happens. 4D is hard. You know what 4D is? 4D is an initiation into love and joy and oneness, which is 5D. 4D is that really difficult initiation. So a lot of people taste it and turn back because it's too much. The conspiracy theories that are true, oh my God, it was hard. And other people get trapped there. So it's a really tricky initiation and test. You either taste it and you're like, no, or you get trapped there and you're just down these rabbit holes. You got to move through it. You've got to move through it and pop up on the other side. So really take stock of where you're at with 4D because it's a really important step. And then, like I said, once you're in 5D, you've unplugged from the 9 to 5. you're ready to go. You've got something started now. You know that you have an earth mission. You've started something real. You're working on it. You see it blossoming. You see it coming into being. And then it feels like the next level of that is this diamond code frequency, this crystalline frequency. And that includes this next thing. Maybe it's 60. Maybe. I'm not fully sure yet. And it's hard to measure things that are just so big. But what I was going to say is that this crystalline frequency feels like it's in the body too. Because sometimes 5D is just the the top three chakras. You can enter into 5D because like in your heart and your third eye and your crown, and you create this, but you don't take your whole body with you. And I feel like this 60 diamond code crystalline frequency is calling for DNA upgrades within the body, physical changes to the body. Physically, you're changing. And when you start to experience those physical changes, they are really difficult. And that is the initiation. There's always an initiation. That is the initiation into 6D, some really big physical discomfort. Some people suffer from like very serious migraines for a long time. I've been suffering from digestive issues, bad, painful, life altering, like, quality of life, coming down because of how big these issues are. A lot of women experience these issues also in their menstrual cycle, in their moon cycle, in their sacral chakra of the womb as the divine feminine comes online. For me, I'm experiencing it more so in the solar plexus, where the divine masculine and the divine action wants to come through. But it's unique and it's individual to where you're experiencing your initiation. But it is big. It is so big. And along with every initiation comes visits from the darkness. Sometimes in the astral, like attacks, which I know I've talked about that a lot on here lately on this channel, because I always talk about what I'm going through. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just being honest. And they can come in many ways. They can come through people, or they can come through dreams. I mean, it can come up in a lot of ways. So there's this initiation. So if you are going through an initiation, you are changing frequencies. You're either going from 3D to 4D, and the initiation there is a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to step into 4D. Oh man, so much. That was so scary. And then the initiation from 4D to 5D is so hard. It's the initiation of, can you forgive all of these horrible people that you've been seeing and learning about, doing all of these deeds in the underground with I don't want to even get too specific because I don't want to have YouTube pick up any like keywords and like censor me. So like let's just say dark agendas and certain groups of extraterrestrials and humanity working together. It's very, very dark. There's human trafficking. There's the control of the population through depopulation and other controlling mental means. Anyway, that's all 4D. It's a huge dark place, right? The initiation from 4D into 5D may be one of the hardest ones. Because it is then, can you see that extraterrestrial, reptilian, or human being and forgive them? And how on earth would you when you see like the horrible acts and deeds? It's not easy, but it's about seeing beyond the acts of this life that they're living, seeing beyond their own fear and ego and the evil acts that they've done, and trying to see within that soul that there is still a spark of source, of life force, of purity, of divinity. Every single soul has a spark. The origination point of the soul is at the very center, and it's the spark of God or source, and it's pure and it's divine. And because of that, every soul is so worthy because they are all a piece of God's source. No matter how far they've fallen away from that into darkness or evil, they still hold it within them. They still hold that piece of divinity. So it's like trying to see past all of the garbage and see that each soul is divine. And when you see that, you can move into forgiveness, compassion, starting to understand that souls have weird paths that they need to follow that maybe we don't understand, because of maybe they're clearing their own karma. Maybe they were in the opposite spot where they had all of this done to them, and now they kind of have to live on the other side of it. Or they're playing a role in the awakening of humanity, and somebody has to be the darkness. Like, we just don't know. And so it's very difficult, but it is possible to forgive them, to love them. And then when you go into any astral place, what you're using as a light warrior to battle with is that love. You're using unconditional love, frequency, and compassion to, like, I was going to say eradicate the darkness, but what I don't mean like killing them. I mean like surrounding them with love or compassion or forgiveness, and reminding them that they are also that within. I guess in essence, raising their frequency. And sometimes what that means is a death for them, because it transmutes them over to the light and ends that incarnation. Well, whatever it does isn't up to us to decide, but the weapons that we use are light weapons, weapons of love, weapons of divinity, weapons of forgiveness and compassion. That's 5D. So the initiation from 4D to 5D, that's tough. Can you do that? Can you be that forgiving? Can you be that loving? I have found that looking into my past lives has helped me to be more forgiving and loving, because I see that I was not perfect, that I made big mistakes, that I've also been different kinds of beings, including reptilian, including lots of beautiful beings too. But yeah, I had a life like that, and it was really difficult to be a reptilian. It was awful, actually. Like, I was constantly feeling this fire in my chest. Anytime anything didn't go my way, it was like this fire, this anger, like a tantrum, like in a 3-year-old where they can't control it. It's like weird. It's a part of them, the fire in the chest, and it's really hard to overcome. So I mean, I had to forgive myself for some acts and have compassion and forgiveness for myself. And it helped me to then see that, not all reptilians are, I mean, no soul is fully evil through and through. No, there's always some light within there, or they would not be alive. Because life force, what makes us alive, is God, source, the creator, the great spirit, whatever word you like, the universe, whatever, bestows life into each soul as a gift. And if that wasn't there, then that soul would no longer exist, right? They would have their full final end. So if they are still in existence, and they still have some goodness within them, some light within. So now moving into an initiation, and I think that some of you are going to be here with me, from 5D to 6D, from this breaking free of the matrix, but living within it, which is weird, right? To live on your highest timeline, your timeline of light within a world of darkness, is very weird and lonely. It can be very lonely. And then initiation into the 6D is like a lot of physical pain and discomfort. My body is going through something. And I feel that it is changing into something new. The new human, the new, I don't know. See, it's very beautiful, mystical, exciting, and brand new. Because I've had physical shifts with each awakening step, but this is something way more extreme than ascension symptoms. It's more than that. It's an initiation where I've gone into this powerful place as the spirit, as the soul that I am, and now I'm trying to take my body there too. It's going to be really different. So like everything needs to change, basically. Like my eating needs to change, my workouts, everything's changing, and I'm trying to follow my intuition, and it's not easy. It's not easy to know what the body needs. And sometimes I try to tune into my body and channel, what do you need? What do you need from me? Tell me what you need. Maybe it just needs to go through this too, right? So I don't know. I'm in the cusp here between this place, in the transition, in the initiation between two worlds. And it's incredible. It's incredible. And I'd love to hear from you, where you're at right now, kind of hearing that description. Where are you at? Let me know how I can support you. And I can support you. I have supported groups of people. I can support anyone, individuals, groups. I can do it. I can. That's my job. I'm here to support you. That's why I'm talking about this. Okay. So let me help you. And of course, for that, just check out the links in the description of this video where you can see all of the ways that I can support you through either the membership or a one-on-one service or something new that's coming in February. I think a lot of people are going to be ready. I mean, all this that's happening to me is to get me ready to even offer it. So it's going to be so big, but I know that there are like next level advanced awakened souls out there that are ready for this. It's going to be so big, this mentorship group. And it's like, just like a sneak peek. It's using psychic gifts in service to the light. So psychic light. So in psychic service to the light, and all that entails, becoming a psychic being fully, like your whole essence, becoming this powerhouse of all the different psychic gifts, plus channeling, plus astral traveling. So all of it, like, okay, so claircognizance, crown chakra, clairvoyance, third eye, clairaudience, ear chakras, clairsentience, the empath ability in your solar plexus, all of those clairs, plus channeling, plus astral missions and travel. That's what you need. That's the full package to be in psychic service to the light. And so that is the training. That's what I'm going to be offering, is training to bring people to that place where you are fully that psychic light warrior in service to the light, ready for your earth mission and to be in service to others and to be in service to other realms in the astral, doing missions, and to be bringing down super high frequencies and codes through your channeling. And people channel in different ways. It doesn't have to be words. It can be song. It can be light language. It can be healing. It can be a book. It can be anything. You can channel anything. It's just the frequency that you channel. So anyway, I know lots of you are going to be ready for that. So I think I said earlier in this video before I got talking that I was going to do a little channeling today. So let's do that. I want to channel something about the diamond code frequencies, the 6D. You know what? I just had something come to me. When I said that, I got chills and I had this memory. I went and got this reading done in the summer from somebody really, wow, she was powerful. And she said that I was being initiated and I was no longer going to be teaching about 5D. I was going to be teaching about like 6D. And I was like, what? It didn't even really make sense to me at the time. And she said that she had dug up this crystal with a diamond in it. I have it right here with me. And her name was Claudia, by the way. I don't know if in the weird chance that she's watching, you're amazing. I love you. And she gave me this crystal that she dug out of the earth herself, that she found, and it has a diamond on it. Can you see that right there, how it hits the light? It's this diamond. And she had been working with 6D diamond code frequencies, crystalline. And she gave this to me randomly. She said, I'm being told to give this to you. It's your turn. I think she even said, you're being initiated into this. Like, it's so amazing how you don't put things together. And then I'm sitting here talking literally about this months later with this sitting in front of me. Duh. Like, just obviously. Okay. So anyway, that was a moment I had to have. Okay. So now I just want to do just a quick little, I think this video, let me check. Yeah, we're already at 34 minutes. I apologize, but I just want to do a quick little message here. Yeah, it feels like it needs to come through, because if you're where I'm at, this is something you need to hear. Okay. And I've already created my connections for protection, so please don't worry. I've connected to Source, Gaia, and I've got my angels protecting me. So I'm going to actually tap into the 6th dimension. That's where my channel wanted to go. I'm going to tap in there and just see what comes through for this. Welcome, loved ones. You are leading the way. The light showers, the way showers, the leaders. leading the way through each dimension and all of the growth and the processes that each one entails, and all of the changes that the soul experiences. And you are the leaders of this, leading through 4D, 5D, into 6D. We welcome you here with light and love and open arms. And do not be afraid or put off by uncomfortable initiations or physical sensations, because in your heart that you know all of this is a blessing of evolution. You've experienced the evolution of consciousness and know that is not over, it continues, but now the evolution of the human begins. The evolution of the human body. Because this density cannot exist in 6D as it stands. And as the earth, as Mother Gaia moves into her golden era, she also goes through these very birth pangs, rebirthing, these pangs of birth as she transforms, evolves, and changes. And you will see that in 2022. Many transformations and evolution of the earth herself. And this may look like chaos, like natural disasters. And your physical body mirrors that as it goes through these pains and this turmoil, as it turns over into a new version of itself. As you evolve and integrate, evolve and integrate, evolve and integrate, so does the earth. But we are celebrating in the stars. We are celebrating you. We are applauding your courage, your divine determination to make this happen, to become it so that you can lead others and show the way. This is a message of hope. You are on track. You are on the path of true ascension, which is body and soul and all that I am. That was powerful. That was so powerful. Just needed a moment to just absorb all of that. Thank you. Thank you for coming with me on this journey. Thank you for being with me as I went through every stage. You stayed with me through it all. I'm so grateful. I'll be there for you. Doesn't matter what stage you're at. I am there for you and I can be there for you. Reach out. I love you. Please share this video. It is time. Share this one. And of course, leave your comments below about how this made you feel. I love you. I love you so much. I'm going to leave it here. I don't want to take up any more of your day, but I love you. Always remember, listen to your heart and the quiet voice within, because you are so much more than the body you are in. I love you. Bye.